Hello everyone, Felipe here again here with Daniel. We're going to continue with the side control transitions and attacks. Alright, this time we're going to work more towards strokes. Okay, so let's start already. Nice to see you everyone. Moving the head sideways. Up and down. Circling the head everyone. Also both sides. And the arm, circling as well. Back and forth. The other arm. Hips. Okay, everyone, lay down, please. And bridge, sometimes inside. And escape, sometimes inside, everyone. Going to the turtle. And next step, one side, the other side, sometimes inside, everyone. And switching the base, pushing the leg through, coming back, same thing to the other side. People, weight on your elbows, hip all the way down, sliding. Okay, and last but not least, rolling over the shoulder, all the way into your on your knees, and forward again, watch your heads, or rolling over the hip, and forward. If you want to go over the hip, and switch the shoulders, and move forward, also okay, up to you. 5 times inside, back and forth. Let's go to the drills everyone. Okay everyone, just repeating the drill that we're gonna move back and forth over the belly. So I'm gonna start here on side control. Pay attention everyone that I'm aligned with Daniel here. I'm gonna have this control here with the cross face, always tight. I don't wanna let my opponent trap my legs during my transition. So knee on the belly, I slide my knee first to the floor, open my foot. Once I'm here and I have the mount, I'm gonna switch my grips because I wanna move back to the side control and I wanna make sure that I cannot move. So I'm gonna keep my control. I'm gonna first bring my foot to the other side, then my knee, then back into the side control with the cross face again. And we're just gonna be moving back and forth, situation that we've been doing throughout the week. Knee on the belly, first I slide the knee, then I open the foot, switch my grips, and move to the opposite side. First the foot, then the knee, and we're back again. We've been seeing this exercise during the entire week. Okay guys, so 2 minutes each, one of you on the bottom, the other one on top, then you guys can switch again. If you need more details, come back to the previous classes. We started with this on Tuesday, just check it out. Okay, let's move forward, everyone. Okay people, we're gonna start with another transition from here. And this time, I wanna make sure that I have a stronger control of my partner's underhook. Okay, because what is the issue? Once I have side control, one thing that I have to be very careful is with the underhook on the opposite side. What I mean by this is, let's say that I'm on Daniel's right side, and if I'm here, if she manages to get the underhook here, I'm gonna have a really hard time defending this. And if I don't do anything against this, Daniel's already coming up, taking my back, for example, and I'm gonna deal with this scenario. Okay, so here. Okay. So what I want to make sure is that Daniel cannot use the underhook. So I'm going to do the transition just similar to what we've done from side control to mount, back to side control, but this time getting a stronger control right here. So how is this going to play? And I'm going to be here with Daniel on side control, and I want to make sure that I bring my elbow under her armpit so she cannot use the arm. So first, I drop my hip all the way down to make sure that I can keep my pressure, and now I'm gonna bring my elbow under her armpit like this, okay? As long as I have this elbow right here, then I cannot get the underhook, and I'm gonna be safe, okay? Now that I wanna move to the mount, just like we did in the beginning of the class, I'm gonna switch my base. So I'm opening my elbow and my knee, and I'm gonna slide my leg towards her hip. Scenario that I have right here, everyone, is my body across her chest, so Dani cannot move, she cannot push, and I'm gonna be in a safe position. Very important. As you saw in the beginning of the side control situation, I wanna be high, close to her head. If I stay close to her belly, she can start coming up and push, and I'm gonna have a hard time controlling her. So make sure, guys, that you're here. Okay, now I wanna go to the mount, but I have to be careful with her legs. If I just try to move up, she can try and trap in the middle, like this, and I'm gonna have some difficult situations here. So in order to control the leg, what I'm doing is, I'm gonna bring my hand on her knee, and I'm gonna turn her knees to me, okay? And some people might say, but Felipe, it's not dangerous, she cannot use the legs. As long as I'm pinning her knee down, she can try to move her legs as much as she wants, and I'm gonna be okay. And now I'm gonna bring my leg over, okay? My foot behind her knee, and I'm gonna move to the mount, okay? Now that I wanna move back to the side control, just like before, I wanna get a control of the underhook. So here, my elbow under her armpit, I'm gonna cross my body, elbow under her armpit, and I'm going to do the long step that we did in the beginning of the class. Turn my hip, do my long step, keep my hip up so I can keep myself heavy on the end, and now I'm back into the side control and establish the crossface. As I'm going back, same thing, everyone. First, I'm gonna bring my elbow under her armpit, so dropping my hip all the way down, elbow under her armpit, and I'm gonna turn my base towards her knees. I'm not pushing her knee to the other side, otherwise, as I move, she's gonna trap my leg, very important, okay? As I'm here, everyone, I wanna pull her knees to me. I step over, establish my mount position, and now I have the control. As I wanna go back to the side control, first I'm gonna make sure that I control the armpit. So here, I'm gonna cross my arm, elbow under her armpit, I turn my hip, back step, and I'm back into this scenario, okay? And we started before with the side control and the crossface. So here, everyone, I just wanna move back and forth without giving Dania any space. So again, extend the leg with the hip all the way down, elbow under the armpit. Switch the base, pull the knees, come up. Cross the elbow, and here, if I'm moving towards her left, I'm gonna bring my elbow under her right armpit, back stepping, turn back into the side control, establishing my position here, moving back and forth. We don't have to be fast, okay, everyone? Just make sure your opponent doesn't get any space and you can do a smooth transition. This one, let's do for 3 minutes, okay, everyone? Back and forth, and then we can move forward. Let's go. Okay, everyone. So we're gonna be working here from side control with a choke. Especially this last exercise that we just did, okay, we're gonna be able to, during the transition, get a good control to get a choke. So this time I'm gonna walk Dania through, alright? She's gonna start here in the side control, and she's gonna set up this transition to the mount. So what she's going to do is here, she's gonna drop her hip, her elbow under my armpit, and she's gonna turn her body towards my body. Okay, so her intention right now is to move to the mount, okay? I'm kinda aware of this, but sometimes you're gonna realize that your opponent is not being careful with the elbow. Let's say that my elbow is a bit up. So now what Dania can do is she can start moving her elbow up until she can push my arm all the way down, and she's now trapping my arm under her armpit with this in this scenario right here. Okay guys, so here, this is a very complicated situation to be in because right now she has a full control over my shoulder, okay? I can no longer turn and I'm gonna have a really hard time freeing this arm, okay? She's being nice to me because I'm talking to you, but the idea is that when you get this control, exactly, okay, come back, okay? Okay, the idea is that there is no gap between the elbow and the neck. So make sure that this hand that's behind the head go all the way through. And here to get the choke, you're just gonna go hand in hand, she's gonna squeeze the shoulder and get the choke, okay? One thing that might happen here, everyone, so Dani's going to do the same. She's gonna drop the hip, her arm under my armpit. As she turns, I wasn't being careful. As I see that Dani wanna push my arm back, I'm gonna try to push it back and we're gonna have this fight here. Okay, I'm trying to drop my elbow, she's gonna try to raise my elbow. So here, for her to win this fight, what I'm gonna suggest you guys is move your hands just like a spider. Moving, 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 moving. Here, I'm no longer able to block her arm. She's gonna go all the way. Now I already lost. She can simply grab my head, okay? Once you grab the head, people, what is important is that your partner's triceps is under the armpit with the elbow exposed. If the elbow is here, you're not able to hold your opponent, okay? You're just back into the first scenario. Okay, so do it again, Tanya. Here, okay, she opens the elbow, I'm trying to fight it. So she's gonna move her hand like a spider until she's able to trap my arm in front of my head. To get the choke, everyone, just push your arm all the way through. This is already terrible, okay? There's no gap between her elbow and my neck. Now, hand in hand, squeeze the shoulder, and now you get the choke. All right? This feels horrible, everyone, so I hope you guys have a good time. You can always switch, okay? No time limit. Just try with each other, and we're gonna move forward some variations from here. Okay, everyone, continue from this scenario. We're gonna have a few variations that you can use. I'm gonna show, actually, I'm gonna walk down here through through two different scenarios. One that is more beginner friendly, and the other one that is for people who have a little bit more experience. And you guys can choose if you want to do both, or if you just want to pick one and focus on this one. It's up to you. So the control is going to be pretty much the same. So I'm here being controlled by Dania. She wants to transit to the mount, so she's going to bring her elbow under my armpit. As I was here, I wasn't careful enough. She was able to isolate my arm under her armpit, and I'm in this scenario right here. So some people are going to resist the choke that we just saw. Okay, some people are just gonna be tough, and you guys are gonna have a hard time getting the choke. But even if you don't get the choke, okay, from here it's very difficult for anyone to move. So it is a very good situation for you guys to just transit to the mount. I cannot block this transition. Then I can simply slide her knee, and she's here working from the mount. And she can choose how she's gonna work from here. And basically, she has a really good opportunity to attack. If this is a tournament, she scores more points to establish them out, and she can choose some other attacks from here. One other thing that she can do is she can go straight to an armbar from here, okay? Actually, the movement is not gonna change. The only thing that she's going to do is to move further. So she's no longer stopping on the mount, but she's gonna go straight to the ass mount, okay? So how is this gonna play? I'm here with Dania, she's gonna establish the same control. From here, she's going to isolate my arm, and we're here, okay? So what Dania is going to do is this knee that she's bringing here over my belly, she's gonna move all the way towards my head, and she's gonna use her arm to isolate my arm here as well. Okay, so now that we have this scenario right here, that I have my arm under her armpit, I'm no longer able to retrieve this arm. She's already across, and from here, she's just going to pose her hand on the floor, bring the leg over, and sit. Now, keep here. Once she is here, people, make sure that you keep your elbows closed to keep your opponent's wrist under your armpit, because this makes the armbar a lot tighter. Then I just have to put pressure on the shoulder right now, and she's tapping me. If by any chance your opponent on the bottom is able to move the arm, that is okay. You just use the other hand to control the wrist, and you go for more orthodox armbar, and you finish from here. Okay? So one more time. The two options. Either Dania is here, she's gonna trap my arm in front of my head. Okay, she's here, she's open up. Well, she's trapping my shoulder. If I'm not tapping due to the choke, oh, she's not trying to choke, she's just gonna use this control to easily transit to the mount. There's not much resistance that I can offer here. Or what she can do is keep going with this motion. So she's gonna slide the knee all the way towards my head and use the elbow to isolate my arm, okay? She already went from the side control to the S mount. I can no longer retrieve my arm. She's just gonna pulse her hand on the floor, move to the arm bar, and here, from here she's already have a really tight arm bar. She just has to drop her shoulder a little bit, and I'm tapping. If you're not able to hold the arm like this, just moving to the traditional grip, and you finish here with the arm bar. Okay? So again, people, you can choose to do the two variations. It's actually a very safe control because your opponent cannot do much. And even if you don't get the armbar, you're already going to be in the mount, okay? And it works pretty well. And there's a really low chance that you guys lose your position. So I strongly recommend you guys to try this one. It's going to feel terrible for the person on the bottom, but that's the purpose. Okay, let's train everyone. Okay, people, and from here, just like we worked before, I'm gonna be on side control. I'm gonna be trying to attack Daniel to do some transition. So my goal is to not lose my position, regardless of what happens. I wanna make sure that I stay here on top and attacking. So Daniel's probably trying to hip escape. I'm gonna move to the belly. From here, for example, I can go for an arm bar or to go for the mount and attack her from here. If she manages to almost put me back into the guard again, she's going to be trying to put me back in the guard. I go back to side control so I don't lose the position. So people, if you need to leave the mount to go back to the knee bed or to side control so you don't lose the position, do it, okay? The most important thing for us is not to lose the control. It is okay to lose the mount, but it's not okay to lose the control. We don't want to be back in our opponent's guard. Okay, so person on top, trying to keep the position and trying submissions. Person on the bottom, trying to defend, of course, and to either have back the guard or end up on top. Okay, you can do this for 3 minutes, and then you guys switch whoever's on the bottom get on top. Then you can add some rolls. And as I've been saying, people, try to start the roll from the side control. You can continue from that, whatever happens, but it's good for you guys to keep this position fresh. Okay, enjoy everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.